Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another installment of the Art Throwdown. It is Monday night and we are ready to craft. I'm letting Russ into the crafting clubhouse. Hey guys, I see Pam, I see Ashley. It's time. I know Ashley's been looking forward to this all day. Sorry for my wobbly camera, guys.
Hello there.
Hello. Once I stop wiggling, I will get this right. I promise. Ay, ay, ay. I've got one of those tripod stretchable bendable things and it has a lean, so I'm trying to prop it up down here.
So you're crooked? Is that what you're saying?
Totally. 100% crooked. Here we go. A little better? No. Sorry guys. Should have had this
We'll tilt our
stationary.
head. Don't worry about it.
Hopefully that's a little better. uh,
So
Bingo.
let's see. We have Ashley. Hello, Ashley. We have Pam. Hello, Pam. Jim is here. Hello, Jim. I'm trying to see who the two others have joined. Hipsta has joined. Welcome.
Very cool. All right.
Do you have anybody that I missed?
No, I think everyone has been accounted for. Whoops, that is the other side of my messy craft table here, guys. I am like all over the place tonight. Let's turn that around. I was just trying to scroll here. Yep, I see Nan, I see Jim, I see Ashley, I see Pam. Um, so far, yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Because I have a Jim and Pocono Pam and two others joined, and I can't figure out who the two others are. So
Oh,
if we've
so
missed you, please let us know you're here.
that would be Ashley and Nan, I believe. I
Cool.
believe.
I believe I can fly.
Look, a lion, or is it a tiger? I'm not sure. I think it's some
Oh
large.
my.
Is this a lion or a tiger, or is it a liger?
I think it's a tiger because of the orange stripes. I think that was for your tiger challenge, right?
Well, it was lion or tiger
Oh,
postcard. So if you look really closely, I have to show this to you guys. Like I got so excited to get this in the mail because everything that this gal did on the postcard is 100% upcycled. So if you go really close, look at she's got like little pieces of strips of music that she's ripped up, and then she layered it, and then she painted it, and then it looks like there's oh yeah she Mod Podged, so it's official. She sealed it, and then she sent it to me in like this little clear envelope, like a clear vellum-y looking thing with a stamp on it, and away it went. And it was so cool to get this. And this guy is actually going to become a permanent fixture in my home office upstairs. So Anna was sending me some examples of how to do like self framing, but I might be lazy and just take this to Michael's at some point and have it framed because it's pretty. So yeah, and Mail Some Smiles just joined. Hello, good evening.
what you can do is just get a standard size frame and then cut a piece of cardstock to fit that frame and then center it on that cardstock.
True.
Simple, easy peasy.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, if this is true to size and it is indeed a 4x6, I think it is. I can double check it though. I mean, you can get those at Dollar Tree, honestly.
Exactly.
So
Yep.
keep it simple. And Phil just joined. Hey, Phil. Good evening.
Or you can get the pre-made mats that have a 4x6 opening that will then fit in a larger frame if you want to mat it.
Yeah, so I got to kind of figure out do I want to mat it or do I just want to try to slip it gingerly into a
Yeah.
frame?
No,
So
when I saw that when you posted it, I was so impressed, and
I was like,
I
man,
really
I
enjoyed you
want to
sharing
get
that.
to this level of tiger or lion or liger or whatever it is. So hey, Carrie, cool. So anyway, that's my. This was one of the cool things that I got this weekend. I'm saving the others for later this week, but I figured you
And
guys would
speaking of
appreciate.
fantastic, Carrie, I really enjoyed that prelude postcard that you just shared with us. It was fantastic.
I
And
missed
I
it.
was really actually moved by the poem itself. So well done, you, on that.
All right, so I'm gonna. That's my homework for tonight. I got to go back and see what she made. Let's see. All right.
So, what are you working on today?
postcards. Are you shocked? Collage postcards. I'll show you guys what I've got. I've got a quick project and then I've got a longer project. And right now, tonight, I was just kind of in that mindset where I need to work through my stuff. So in this case, the stuff is lots of scraps of things. So my kids got this toy from Target and it's a science toy. And supposedly, these aren't sea monkeys, they're called triops. And supposedly, you put it in water, and these eggs can last. They can freeze dry and last for decades. And you add the water, you add I don't know, the water purifying tablets or whatever, and then you add the food. And supposedly, you're supposed to have little like semi-microscopic organisms that you can watch swim around. Well, a week ago we put these into the water and nothing has grown, so I don't know what we're doing wrong. It might just be a big sham, I'm not sure, but the box was cool, so I'm like, all right. So it came with this is what the up close triops are supposed to look like. Those are kind of neat. I was gonna just mount it with some paper, and then I've got a couple of little like sea embellishments that came on the packaging that I cut off. So I'm going to make a triops postcard. It's kind of random, but I'm going to do that one. And then my second one is I have a bag full of lots of stickers. This is going to be a dog-themed sticker slap because I went through my collection the other day and I'm like, man, I've got a lot of dogs. So I don't even have any pets, but so we're going to go with the dog theme. And that one might go into tomorrow's evening as well. So that's what
Snail
I got.
mail for Zoe joined. Welcome.
Hello. So that's what I have got. How about yourself, Russ?
I have had a long day. So I am going to do something that provides me soothing pleasure, and I could do it all day. And I'm going to sew books together today. So I showed you these bingo cards last week. And so this is one option, and this is the long option. And this is made out of watercolor paper. So I designed this so you could have a horizontal oriented watercolor. But no one really cared for it and really wanted it. And this is that Coptic binding technique.
Wait.
So that it
What do you
lies
mean
flat.
nobody wanted it? Nobody wanted that?
No one was interested in buying it. So, I didn't make too many. I made a couple of them. And this is the last one I had. I'm glad I didn't make a whole bunch of them. But they just weren't popular. It's an odd size. And so then I showed you last week that I chopped it in half and made these smaller covers. And so I'm going to make a little booklet out of this. And so these are the pages that I have already cut and trimmed. And I'm going to sew them together on ribbon. And then what will happen is these ribbons will get fed through the top to bind it together.
Cool.
So, yeah.
And I gotta say, those are bringing back a buttload of nostalgia for me. My grandma, who lived to be just shy of 99. All right, so her thing and our thing together was bingo. She took me to bingo, like local bingo. We got on bus tours and we went to like bingos in like other cities. And as a kid, I won like a couple times. I won like $500, and one time I won part of $1,000 jackpot, which for me, kid in the 80s, that was like a huge deal. So those things are bringing back a ridiculous amount of nostalgia. They look just like the ones that my grandma and I used to use. Like you'd go to the church bingo, go into the giant gymnasium of the school, pay your money, and then tell them how many cards you wanted, and they give you those cards. And man, just super nostalgic when I look at those.
I grew up with the ones that had the little sliders underneath. Did you have those?
For some of so we're a big bingo family. I don't know why that is, but we always have been. We had a couple of home sets where it was like the little red, it looked like a red gel slider, like a plastic gel, and you slide it back and forth. But those, Russ, those look like those came from a church bingo hall.
It did.
Okay.
It did. This came from St. Celia's Church here in Brooklyn.
Yep. And those
Um,
look exactly like the ones that we used to play on back in the 80s. So,
well, and the thing is, what they've gone to now are paper, and so that they take these daubers
yes.
and they daub the numbers out when they call it.
Yeah, so that was the other thing. So ours was kind of a hybrid, so you could get the hard bingo cards just like that one, and then you bought the paper booklets, and then you use your dauber, and then
Right,
once you're done with the page and whatever round robin bullseye blah, 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 you rip it off, and then you go to the next sheet for the next
right.
game. But
Well, that was the difficulty with these, and why they gave these up is because you had to have little chips to put
yes,
on them, and
yes.
if someone bumped the table and your chips went flying, tippers flared. So
Yes, yes, and there are people that had like just massive landscapes of hard copy, like hardcover bingo cards. I don't
yeah,
know how they kept track of them all, but they were like
yeah,
ninjas with the chips.
yeah.
Absolutely incredible. All right,
Anna has joined. Welcome, Anna.
so that is more time than I realized we would be talking about bingo, but here we are, and I really like those. Those are cool. How did you? I got to ask you, Russ. Where did you find those cards?
There, I, w- I'm affiliated with a Catholic church here in the Bronx,
Okay.
and so I, my friends and I used to donate Easter eggs to the local Easter egg hunt that they would give for underprivileged children.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's how I met my church ladies that I look after here in the Bronx as well. These were 6 elderly ladies that I would just check in on and go get groceries and do errands and install their ACs and those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I got affiliated with this particular church, and the priest there knew that I was a paper artist, and a priest from St. Celia's put out this feeder um, into the church bulletin area that said, "No, we have all these bingo cards. That, does anyone can anyone use them? Because we hate to throw them away, and we don't want to put them in the recycling bin." And so the priest at my local church contacted me and says, "The bingo cards are available. All you have to do is just go pick them up." And then, and once the priest at St. Cecilia's found out that I was in the Bronx, he drove them to me. So,
Cool.
yeah. So that's how I got them.
That is a really cool story. I don't know why, guys, I love the backstory for some of these things. Like, how did they get here? What is their origin story? So that is cool. Very cool. All right. Well, I'm going to make me a triops.
Does your family know
About the triops?
that you making a triops?
Um,
Sounds like kind of Frankenstein.
Well, my kids, oh darn, I lost the seashell. my kids knew because every so often I have a pile of papers that like gets pushed way to the back of my kitchen table here, or dining room. This is my dining room table, but every so often my kids will peek over and try to see what I'm making, or So I think they knew. But they were okay with that because they didn't care about the box. They just wanted the sea creatures.
Hey, Phil, welcome. I missed you joining, but welcome. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my whole template, and I'm punching the holes that I'm going to eventually sew into these pages. So that's what I'm doing now.
Cool. What do you use to punch the holes with, out of curiosity?
There are a variety of different tools. Most of them in bookbinding are simply called punch tools.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the professional grade ones, I'm trying to. This is the one that I use. This is actual bookbinders all AWL.
AWL and all. Okay.
Yeah. And so I have a variety of these as well. The difficult about working with these is that you can see the point is tapered, so that if you press too far, the hole can actually be too big if you're not careful.
Okay.
And so that's why the piercing tool is a better tool. But I've worked with this for long enough to where I can know what pressure to apply to get exactly the hole that I want.
Got it.
Some people just use the needle that they're going to sew with to punch the holes. That way you get an exact size hole
Mm-hmm.
towards your needle. And let me get one of those punching tools. I'll be back.
And Carrie is asking, do you prefer Uhu or Gorilla Glue? So, Uhu I have quite a bit of. Russ got me. Russ, I swear, Russ should have stock in Uhu because he got me hooked on this stuff. He sent me one of the giant glue sticks, these guys. So I burned through the one that he sent me, a jumbo, pretty quickly. So I panicked and I went on Amazon and I bought these 3 little guys. I used up one already because I just apparently do so much darn gluing. So the long-winded answer to that is I never actually used Gorilla Glue. I usually just use this guy, and this is the smaller one. But I also have these big guys, which I love using these if you're doing envelopes or something. It just covers much more like paper real estate. So I've not tried Gorilla yet, believe it or not. And I keep seeing that brand more and more in the stores. So it seems like they've got a much, like, they've been growing their product assortment out over the last couple of years.
So this is a punch tool. And as you can see, this is all one diameter across the entire.
Right. So there's no taper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is going to punch a consistent hole regardless of how far you push through. But the thing I don't like about these is that if you push too much, this is all plastic. So you can actually, like, this one is about normally that long. So I pushed this too hard and it receded back into the handle. So I have a variety of these.
Nice. Let's see. Yeah, so Russ uses a lot of Uhu as well. Here, I'm just going to peek at the comments.
Yeah.
And oh, Ashley has a beginner's bookbinding kit in her Amazon basket, and she is feeling the need for an awl. What would you recommend to her?
Well, a
Do you
couple of
buy
things.
it all? Get it?
Yeah. First, let's do the. I don't care for Gorilla Glue because it's so strong, and there's
Darn
very
it.
little drying time with it. So once it's stuck, it's stuck. That's the beauty of using um, a Yoo-hoo kind of glue or a nori type of glue is that you have a little bit more drying time because it's water based. So that's why I prefer Yoo-hoo to Gorilla Glue.
And this does
Uh,
not smell fishy like Gorilla, as you're
right.
saying, Carrie. Gorilla has a fishy odor. This smells more, it's like almost, I don't know what it is, like this foreign glue, like between the nori, which smells like, to me, it smells like coconut cream or banana cream pie for some reason. I'm like, that looks edible. Or this actually has a sweeter smell to it. So it's pleasant, it's not overpowering. And the nice thing about Uhu is a little bit goes a long way. So, but if you're like me and you burn through glue sticks because you glue everything, you might need extra. So buy a multi-pack if you get one of these, guys.
And then Ashley, if you could send me the link to the beginner's bookbinding kit that you are interested in, let me know because I have a whole variety of those beginner
Oops.
kits that I recommend. And I could probably send you one depending upon what it is that you want to do. So let me know. And if I already have it, I'll send it to you or something similar. And let me know what it is that you want to try. If you just want to try the basic book, that kind of thing. So send me the link to let me know what you're interested in, and I can proceed further. But I think that everyone should have an all. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. And I'm going to touch on another theme that it's interesting. It's the notion of like comfort crafts. So Russ said he had a rough day, and it's funny because his go-to is bookbinding. So that must be like the craft that is his, I'm guessing, and he can confirm when he gets back. That's like his comfort craft. For me, I had a stressful day at work, so I'm like, what should I work on? I know Pam wants us to do watercolors this week, but I'm like, but collage art and postcards, for some reason, it's comforting. So I'm going to do that one tonight instead of the watercolors and save the watercolors for later this week. So anyway, I just came to the realization that postcard collage is like my comfort craft.
Couple of things. Yeah, Pam, I haven't forgotten about your watercolors either, and I'm going to probably do the rest of the week, if not 3 days this week, dedicated to watercolor techniques. So I haven't forgotten about that. And the thing about bookbinding that I find comforting isn't necessarily the book binding; it's the sewing of the pages. Yeah, which I find comforting. If I want to a comfort project, I will make boxes. That's what I can do all day and never get tired. It's making boxes from scratch.
Cool.
Yeah. Um,
And gift
but
wrapping, right? Was that your other one?
oh well, I do like gift wrapping, but it's not as original.
Okay.
For example, with box making, is you start from basic board and you actually build the lid and the bottom trays, and then you cover it in paper.
Wow.
So
Super cool.
yeah. So I could do that all day. And the thing I like about it, it has to be so precise, so that all the pieces fit together.
I'm sorry
So
about my
I think
camera,
that's the
guys.
other thing I enjoy about it. Um, this is the other awl, and this is the heavy duty awl that you can actually use with a hammer or a mallet. And you can see that this will go through a lot. And once again, though, it's tapered, so you have to be careful in how you use it,
You can only really
because
go
if
in
you
so
press too
far,
far,
right?
you're going to make a very, very big hole. And the nice thing about this,
Ah,
though, is if you need an extra um, notch in your belt, an extra hole in your belt because your belt's too big, this is the kind of awl you would need. So, and then this is very, very sharp. So the trick that I learned is to take a wine cork, and this is how you stow it so that you don't hurt yourself.
jeez. So that's one of those tools. You got to be careful
Yeah.
with it. So this was it. My first postcard. Quick and easy, like wham bam, thank you, ma'am. We got triops, we've got a yellow backing, and we've got some seagrass. Basic. And then I'm going to start on my dog postcard.
Sissy Blanchard has joined. Welcome.
Hello. And Nan said she worked at a box making factory years ago and loved it. That is so cool.
Oh, wow.
All right. Once again, I apologize for my camera situation here, guys. It is really wobbly, and I need to fix it so it's not crazy. Whoops.
Landy has joined. Welcome. Yes, Ashley, she did say dog.
Yes, I did. I did say dog. I have all of this like dog art, and yeah, I need to work through some of these stickers. It's like there's so many of them, and I've got paper scraps. Actually, okay, wait. Let me show you my dog haul. You guys can see what I've got here. There are a lot of stickers, admittedly, but and you've got your classic Lisa Frank. So here's a dog bone. Here's a poodle. And I was digging deep into my sticker tin for this one, I will say. More poodles. I'm like, why do I have so many poodles? I don't even own dogs. But anyway, so there's a lot of those, a lot of like Lisa Frank throwback. I actually have a tiny Blues Clues sticker here. Guys remember that show? I have dog with a gold chain and glasses. So he's definitely going to go on there somewhere. And then a dancing dog. So quite a few to choose from. I cut this piece out from a calendar, and I don't know why. I thought this was the funniest thing. This was a cut up art calendar from a Korean grocery store called H Mart. And I don't know why I love this one, but like they drew the dogs in with the family. So I feel like this needs to go on there. This came from an envelope one of my swap pals gave me. It was a dog themed envelope. And oh, okay, crowning jewel. Are you guys ready for this? They're dogs, and they're on a train, and they're playing poker. And this is a standard playing card. I do have a Bijan sticker somewhere, but I don't think I included it in this. Unless, I don't know all my dog types. Is that a Bijan? Maybe?
I think that white fluffy one that you just showed may be a Bijan.
Or is he a Lhasa? This guy?
I think that's a.
Or is he a Lhasa? I don't know. A Maltese? I don't know all my dog
Yeah.
breeds. Oh, and I have a joke. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Why aren't dogs good dancers? Because they have two left feet. This was a desk calendar page. All right, so Anna's confirming this is a Maltese right here. This guy. Okay.
Well, I'm sure you can hear who's awake.
Oh yes, they're back.
It is the beginning of the week. So, one of the things I want to share with you is how to punch the holes. This is what I've shown you that I use, which is just a punch guide. This is the same size of the pages that are in the book. You just measure out where you want and you just punch the holes. That's the method that I prefer. There are professional methods. This is a punch guide here. What you do is that you take your signature, you put it in the center like that. You take this top piece, and then you would take your punch tool and punch holes that way. Hello, Frank. Welcome, Frank. Uh, the the nice thing about doing it on your own is that you don't. These are all equidistant around, so you don't always have perfect paper to make your holes equidistant around. So that's why I do it by hand without machines. And then just to show you the technique, what you do, and I'll try to give you this at the angle that you can see it, is that you put your signature flush against a hard surface and you put your guide in there, and then you're just going to take your punching tool and you're just going to press against the crease and the hard surface, and that way you get a clear punch straight through your holes like that. So, which is why, and you can do this a lot faster, and you can guide how far you go through the paper.
And Russ, is that the tapered one that you're using?
It is.
Aha. So.
And always know where your fingers are, because if you hold it in the wrong place on the other side of the crease, you're actually going to punch your finger. So you just want to be very careful with that. Phil's cracking jokes.
Oh yes.
So what did the giant termite ask when he walked into the bar? Is that bartender?
Did it something that bar is that bartender? Because it's a termite in the bar. It eats the wooden bar. Okay. I think. Did I get that right?
Yep. You probably wish you didn't.
All right, hold on. I've got one more dog joke. These are cheesy, but what is a dog's favorite part of any journey?
I give up.
Embarking.
Oh, gosh.
Dog jokes.
Dad jokes, more like it.
A little of both, I guess. A little of both. So speaking of dogs, I finally, I think, fixed the dog do problem of that person that's been walking their dog and like it's been going to the bathroom all over our side of our property. I finally just went to Home Depot this morning early, and I bought fencing. So they can't get back there now unless they physically lift their dog up and put them inside my garden to do their business. So that was my morning project. And I woke up, I was all stressed. I'm like, oh God, I got to get to Home Depot before these pieces, they're like interlocking fence pieces. I'm like, I got to get there before they run out because right now Everybody's doing their gardens and stuff up here in Massachusetts. Everybody.
So everyone, tell us what projects you are working on. I'd love to hear. So an old cobbler, a shoe person, taught me this trick about threading a needle. He said the mistake that people make is they try to put the thread through the needle eye. What you should do is to keep the thread very short and bring the needle to the thread.
Ah, it's kind of almost like the reverse of what most of us probably do, huh?
Right. And I had it, but my fat fingers, I have Fred Flintstone fingers in case you're wondering. And it usually works. There you go. Frank said he thinks he saw that all as a murder weapon in CIS Miami.
Oh my God. Do we cue the SVU music? CSI? I don't know.
I
Law and
only
Order,
know the
Criminal Minds,
I only
whatever.
know the Law and Order one. Dun 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 dun.
Okay, I had that on my story the other day because all my envelopes keep getting ripped up. And I think it's the mail machine, and they're all getting ripped up in the same spot. It's weird.
I was going to answer that, by the way. Yes, that is the mail machine. That is the sorting machine that is doing that to your mail.
Terrible. I'm like, it's being so brusque with my mail. Like, that's not cool, man. They're ripping up my envelopes before they get to me. And I know it's part of the journey, and like the little pockmarks give it character, but I don't know. Seems like it's a pretty heavy-handed machine. Like it just.
So Jennifer just finished teaching a bookbinding class on Zoom, and she's with us. Hello, Jennifer. Welcome. I hope your class went well.
I did not get a chance to view that. I don't know if you guys have that recorded, because if you do, would love to watch the replay of it if you have it. All right, so here's the background of my dog postcard. So we're just going to start. I've got so many decisions to make. Oh my God. Got to get this guy on here.
Anna says that she always puts tape on the corners of the envelope.
Yeah, that's been one of my go-tos lately, just because I was afraid of that happening. But this particular swapper didn't do that, so the edges got pretty gnawed up.
I actually didn't get that gnawed up from the pink one that you showed us.
Well, you've probably seen them worse.
I mean, because we've all received much worse, right?
True, but it just seems strange. It kept happening across multiple envelopes, but it was like in the same spot.
Pam is working on more thank you cards for essential workers.
Very cool.
Jennifer says that, yes, it went well, no recording, but she can always do it again.
Nice.
And if I remember, you said it was a shaped book.
You know what's funny? I always overestimate how many stickers I need. I'm like, why do I have so many? I don't need all of these.
Because you want choice.
That's true. But then I'm like, man, look at all these. It's crazy. I can do probably 4 postcards with all this.
And I'd much rather have all my supplies with me than have to go back mid creative stream
True.
and go find the piece that I left out. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Yeah.
Good to have options.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and like clockwork, your peeps started early upstairs.
They did. They did. They started early
Mm.
today. Okay, so here is my first signature with the ribbon tapes attached. And then what I will do is I will come back and add the next signature. So Jennifer said that her book structure was interlocking shapes that hold it together, no sewing, no gluing, and no staple. That's
Ooh.
fantastic. Definitely let us know next time you're going to teach it again. Because I think I got your message about 6:15 and I was in the middle of something else. Or I would have loved to have joined in. But what's everyone's take on Zoom? Is it safe now, or is there still security issues? Does anybody know?
You can password protect your Zoom meetings so that you don't get like a bunch of creepers popping in at random weird times. So it is, I guess, it has improved. I think at least lately when my kids do Zoom meetings, like their Girl Scout troop does it, and they have there's a password, so it's password protected.
Well, Raleigh has joined from Singapore. Welcome, Raleigh.
Hello.
Okay, Jim says that if your meeting has a password, you're good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley, absolutely not. I will not explain what I'm doing. So,
Like no.
no, it's my secret. No, so this is a pattern called herringbone. So what you do is that you go on first in your first signature, your bottom signature, you're going to start on the outside and you go in and you're going to go to the next hole, come back out. You'll loop your ribbon in between these two holes and you're going to go back in to where you catch the ribbon between your stitch. So that's what I do. That's what I have at the bottom, right? This bottom layer here. Okay. And you can do that for all the holes in the first signature. And then when you get to the end, you're going to go back up into the next signature in this exit hole, right? And then you're going to do the same thing, but in reverse. But the difference is that when you come out of this hole here, you're going to go underneath and you're going to snag the stitch from the first signature before you enter it into the second hole that you want to enter. So that's how you get that little, let me see. That's how you get that little cross pattern or that little herringbone pattern.
Like a zigzaggy kind of.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. See, and you can see I've done it for the second one. And then I'm getting ready to go through the third one. And I'll show that to you now. Okay. So I'm on the inside of the booklet. So I'm going to go through this hole here. Okay. And I'm going to pull it through. And I'm going to get this ribbon flat against. Okay. And then I'm going to come through. I'm going to snag that stitch there from the bottom. Like so. It gives you the X. And then you're going to go through the other hole that you're supposed to. Right? And that gives you the second signature. Okay? Does that make sense? And then you just want to be careful that you don't snag your ribbon and that you get all of your stitches taut. Okay?
That's good.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
I think so. So do you tie those ribbons there, Russ, or do you just kind of let them hang out for now?
They're going to hang out for now.
Mm-hmm.
And then what will happen is that they will get fed into the cover. And they become part of the cover.
Aha.
And then after each signature, you want to pull your threads taut so that you don't have any slack in your thread. Actually, it's definitely something that people can do. Don't don't kid yourself. the nice thing about sewing signatures is once you get into a rhythm, it goes so fast. And what I tend to do is is um, put on some music or even some headphones and just zone out. It's one of those tasks that you can just zone out to, and just once you get in a rhythm, it's very uh, settling for me. So, Phil, the music you're hearing from is my upstairs neighbors.
But that's how I feel about doing postcard. Like if I'm doing a legit like sticker slap, that is I like get into my little rhythm and like look how far I've come. Like I've slapped a bunch of stuff on here. So here's my piece thus far.
Sorry about that. I just hit my head on my camera.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Seems like we got the wobblies tonight.
No, we do. Like, what the heck? And I actually, this is tiny. I'm going to show you guys. One of my swap pals stamped this on one of her envelopes. It said, may include dog glitter. And I'm like, yes, I need to keep this. So it's teeny tiny, but I'm putting this on here too. It definitely goes. Definitely goes.
Now, when you send out, you do a lot of glitter stuff.
Yes.
Do you do glitter envelopes?
I like putting glitter inside of an envelope or adhering it to the outside of an envelope.
No, inside the envelope.
No. And the reason I don't do that is because a lot of people get flustered. Like it's hard to tell sometimes. Like sometimes on SwapBot, for example, people are very like direct and they'll say, please do not send me any glitter. I hate glitter. It is the worst. It is like my enemy. So I won't send them glitter. But then I don't know, there are others who may not call it out, but it might inconvenience them. So I think for that reason, I just don't.
No, the reason I was asking, my buddy Bernard has joined. Welcome, Bernard. Welcome.
Hello.
This is a crafting hour from 10 to 11 p.m. Um, Phil, I haven't forgotten your question yet. But no, the reason why I ask is because I've always been a big proponent of letting people know on the outside of the package that there are glitter elements or confetti elements inside,
Ah.
just for that reason, so that when they open it, it doesn't get anywhere, or they know they can, have to open it carefully.
Yeah, that's a really good idea to just let kind of give people the heads up of that's like considerate, letting them know what's inside of the envelope before they go ripping it open and then glitter everywhere, if there is glitter. So no, and I think go ahead.
So Phil, the answer to your question is yes. Every night they were a little early this night, but usually um, about 10:30, we'll start banging their music around, um, and that's pretty much a nightly occurrence. So in case you are watching, yes, I'm having to frog a stitch because I forgot to do the herringbone stitch. So that's what is going on. So this is where I go and catch this stitch here from the bottom signature and then go back through the hole to get to the inside. And then I'm going to go back out. Okay, so we have about 7 minutes remaining.
What?
Yeah.
Every night I do this. What? Really?
Yeah.
I'm almost done with this guy, so I think once this broadcast burns out and it kicks us off, I'll probably go Mod Podge this thing. But this is yeah.
And this is where I am. I've got 3 signatures together. And I have 2 more to do, and so I'll just keep on doing this. And then tomorrow, I will show you what. Wow, you went to town with those stickers! Oh my
Oh
goodness.
yeah, I wasn't fooling when I said sticker slap. Look at that.
Patty has joined. Welcome, Patty. Patty was this week's guest on the Looking at Stamps podcast. If you haven't heard that episode, go and do that.
Cool.
And she will be reappearing next week as well in the second part of that interview. Welcome, Patty. And we also, on the podcast this week, talked about the American Gardens stamp set, and I previewed that today on the Instagram IGTV channel. So go take a look at that as well if you want. But so that's where I am. I've got 2 more signatures to go. So I'll sew those tonight, and then tomorrow I'll show you how I'm going to connect the covers to the signatures.
Very cool. And I have enough stickers here. I could probably make I don't know, a second or a third one of these if I wanted. So, I'll have to think about that.
So, Ashley, the question is, how long does the music last? It usually lasts until about midnight. And then she goes and takes a small nap till about 3 o'clock when she wakes up again to go to work. Yeah. So she's a very regular, routined person, which is kind of nice. Then you can gauge how you respond accordingly. So what happens is I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning while she gets ready, and what I do is I will either take a shower and get ready for the day, or I will start working on postcards and things like that until I get tired, and then take a nap about 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this enough stickers? On one postcard? Probably. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go to town with a Mod Podge.
It seems like everyone had a long day today in terms of work or in terms of commitments. And, and that's the beauty of this hour. This is 1 hour we can steal out of the day for ourselves, and we can enjoy each other's company and just not think about anything other than just doing our crafts and doing our little good for the world. So
True. It's a beautiful thing.
And it says that's a plethora of stickers.
That is a crazy amount. And like what's crazy is I had these other 2 riddles and I did not have room. So in theory, I could make probably 2 extra dog postcards, after this first one.
Is
Maybe
that
I
for a
will.
specific dog swap, or is this just a swap that you just chose dogs for the theme?
It's funny. I just randomly chose dogs as my theme over the weekend. I thought, well, I was going through all my stickers and my like just paper scraps and things like that, and I realized I have a ton of dog stuff, and I'm not even a dog owner or like a dog aficionado by any stretch. So I'm like, wow, there's a lot of them out there. So I will make a dog themed postcard, and then I can send it to someone who is a dog fan.
Phil says professional grandsons don't get a day off. I don't know what that means, but I'll take your word
Professional
for it.
grandsons? What?
Yeah, yeah. Maybe you can fill us in, or maybe that was a typo or autofill or something. I don't know. I'm, I'm confused, but it may be.
Professional grandsons don't get a day off.
So those of you who are wondering, the bride still has not made up her mind what she wants to do,
Okay, and
and
how many
now,
more days does she have?
well, with me, if she wants my bouquet, she has to let me know by Wednesday or Tuesday night, so I can work on it Wednesday and send it out Wednesday. But apparently, she has alienated so many local florists that she may not have any flowers. So, yeah,
Wow. I
I had
don't
to do
even know
some.
what to say to that.
Yeah, I had to do some counseling with the father today, But yeah, her father's is beside himself, and the groom is beside himself as well. So
Man.
yeah, Patty, that's the thing. The groom should be. Patty says the groom should be alienated soon, and yeah, it's just she's not making a lot of friends. And one of the things I always tell couples when they're going through their wedding planning is that if they can survive the planning of their wedding, then everything is going to be okay.
Totally.
Um,
Yeah.
it's just that there are a lot of arguments, there are a lot of things that happen. There are a lot of pressures. Budgets, not budgets, and so yeah. So she apparently had a panic attack breakdown today. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah. So
Wow. I don't
so
even know what to
I'm
say
doing.
to that.
Yeah, I'm doing video
Jeez.
counseling to the family right now. So you know,
You should charge extra for that for sure. Counseling is extra. Here's my hourly
yeah,
rate.
yeah.
Oh my God, Russ.
But I feel for them. I do, and it's just
It's stressful to begin with, but
yeah.
I can't imagine again. I can't imagine what it's like being a bride during these COVID times. I don't even
Well,
know.
and that's the thing, and that's the only reason why I'm cutting her some slack, is that um, is that because of this COVID pressure, and she thought she wasn't going to have a wedding, and then she was going to have a type of a wedding, and then so it's yeah.
Do you know the
Oh,
theme yet on this thing?
I don't. Uh, Zoe, she is coding that postcard with Mod Podge.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, so which is her go-to, as most of us as well. We're going to get kicked off here any second now, so thank you for joining us. We know you have a choice of where to be on your weeknights. We do think that thank you for joining us as we craft together, and it's a safe space, and we always enjoy your company. So
Yeah, come
we're
on
not trying to
back
be
in.
rude. It's just that
Yep.
kicked us off after an hour. So,
Yep, we're here Monday through Fridays starting at 10 p.m. Eastern. We're here for an
and these
hour.
are being
So,
recorded and appear on
yeah.
YouTube channels. So anything you miss, you will be able to see there.
Yeah, go to my profile if you want a link, or you can search Art Throwdown, all one word, on YouTube, and yep, there you go.